In this video, we're going to discuss how you can make $20,000 a month as a recruiting agency owner. Hey, what's up YouTube? It's Natasha, the business recruiter. Welcome back to my channel. So when it comes to how much income you can make as a recruiting agency owner, I want to be very transparent in the fact that it truly is endless. It truly depends on what your income goals are, as well as the clients and requisitions that you're able to get under contract. However, one misconception that's out there in regards to starting your own recruiting agency and being able to generate a significant income is that you have to have multiple clients in place as well as multiple requisitions. Well, I am here to tell you that that is simply not true. While it definitely can work in your favor, I want to be transparent in the fact that all it takes is one client in order for you to be able to hit $20,000 a month in revenue. And you're probably looking and you're like, well, how is this actually possible? And for me, one of the things that I did when I first started my recruiting agency and still continue to do to this day is to always break down the numbers before I put any contract in place. Meaning, I want to understand what is the first year earnings potential that has to be there, as well as the placement fee that has to be in place in order for me to hit a certain amount of income with that particular contract. Once I got to the point where my income goal was $20,000 per month, it really helped me in order to break this down. So the two factors as mentioned that are going to be important is the first year's earnings. And keep in mind, this is what you'll calculate your placement fee off of. So the first year's earnings is an important factor in regards to you being able to hit that $20,000 per month if that is your goal. And one of the misconceptions associated with the first year's earnings is that it has to be significant in order for you to be able to hit $20,000 a month. And that's simply not true either. Let's say that you're in a position where you can potentially put a client under contract for a role that's worth $80,000. Now, in order for you to be able to get $20,000 out of this deal, your placement fee is the next piece that has to come into play. In this particular example, your placement fee has to be a minimum of 25% in order for you to be able to hit $20,000 per month. And again, this is just based on one requisition. Let's say that you're working on some roles that are pretty up there and their first year's earnings is pretty significant. So let's move it up to $100,000. At $100,000, you have to have a minimum of a 20% placement fee in order to get $20,000 out of that deal. Now, if we continue to up the ante in regards to that first year's earnings, let's say that the role you're working on is worth $135,000. At a first year's earnings of $135,000, you have to have a minimum of a 15% placement fee in order to get $20,000. And let's say, for example, you have a role that's worth $200,000. Now you only need a minimum of a 10% placement fee in order to get $20,000 out of that deal. Again, in all of those scenarios, what you find is that the first year's earnings as well as the placement fee made all of the difference in regards to being able to generate $20,000 in revenue. And the key here is that this was only based on one placement. So I'm gonna share with you my secret in regards to you being able to hit that $20,000 per month. But before I do that, if you are not subscribed to my channel, then be sure to go down below and hit that subscribe button as well as that bell so that you can get notified of all of my videos that drop weekly. Okay, so here's my secret, and you've probably already figured it out. But my secret to you hitting $20,000 per month is to focus on getting one placement. And in order for this to work for you, you have to take a step back and really do the math ahead of you going into negotiations with your prospective client. Again, it's always advantageous for you to have conversations with your prospective client before you present a contract. This will allow you the ability to really assess what the potential first year earnings are, as well as what your placement fee needs to be in order to be able to hit what your revenue goals are. A huge part of being successful in this industry is being strategic. and also planning ahead. So make sure that you're setting aside time to do your own due diligence ahead of sending that contract over. Ultimately, what you want to do is to ensure that you are setting yourself as well as your recruiting agency up for success. Well, I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, then be sure to give me a thumbs up, as well as if you have not heard, my program has officially launched for those who are interested in learning how to start a recruiting agency from start to finish. So the Recruiting Agency Accelerator Coaching Program is now open for enrollment. If you have not had the opportunity to check out the enrollment page, then I encourage you to do that. I'll be sure to leave that link down below in the description box. My pre-enrollment pricing is only available for a short time, so be sure to go ahead and check out that page if you are ready to jump in with starting your own recruiting agency. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next video.